Hey everyone, welcome to this week's guitar lesson where we're looking at Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. Now this song is perfect for practicing power chords because the song pretty much contains just the same 4 power chords. And then in the verses there is a bass line that runs through, and we're going to learn how to play that too on guitar. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the bell, and you'll be notified each week when I upload a guitar lesson. In this lesson I'm using my Yamaha TH5 amp. It's got the Brit high setting which simulates a kind of Marshall sound. Gain is below halfway, we don't want a ton of gain for this track, and I've got a little bit of spring reverb on. So the beginning of Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz begins with a power chord. Now to play this A power chord, we're going to place our first finger on the 5th fret of our lower E string. Then we're going to place our 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the A string. You can also add your little finger onto the 7th fret of the D string, but this is optional. If we're just using the 1st and the 3rd finger, that is also a power chord. So it should sound like this. And what we're looking to do on this chord is we're going to go down, down, up, down. So again, we're going to go down, down, up, down. So down, a little bit of a gap, and then down, up, down. And then we're going to move up to the 7th fret with our low E, which means we'll be on the 9th fret of the A with our little finger or our 3rd finger. And we're just going to play this once with a downstroke. So those 2 chords together sound like this. And then we're going to come up 1 fret, so we're going to be on the 8th fret low E and also the 10th fret of the A string. And for this we're going to go down, down, up, down, up. And again. So let's put our 3 chords together real slow. And once more. Next we're going to move this shape all the way down to the 3rd fret low E. So our 3rd and our little finger is now on the 5th fret of the A string. And we're going to do exactly the same as what we did when we were on our 8th fret power chord. So we're going to go down, down, up, down, up. And once more. And then the final chord in our progression is a D power chord. So what we do is we move our shape, and we go down, and we're on the 5th fret of the A string, and now the 7th fret of the D string. Again, down, down, up, down, up. So if we go from our 3rd fret power chord to our 5th fret on the A power chord, it sounds like this. Okay, and once more. Now if we put all of the sections together, it will sound like this. And once more at a slower tempo. Once you have mastered this chord progression, you can start to add some mutes in between the chords. So our first 2 chords, we don't play any mutes, we just play it as we normally would. And then we play our 3rd chord exactly the same. So that is on the 8th fret low E and the 10th fret of the A string. But then after this we're going to do a down, up, mute. So if I play the chord then the mute. We've gone down to our next chord, and then we're going to move to our very last chord, which is the 5th fret A power chord. Again we add those 2 mutes in, down, up. So it sounds like this. Now I'm going to go from the beginning, adding these mutes in. Once more. This riff runs throughout the whole of the song, so once you've got the chord progression down, you can pretty much play the whole song. So in the verses of this song, there is some bass guitar, and I'm going to teach you how to play this now. So we're looking at just single notes here, and what we're going to do is place our first finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, then we're going to pick it, and then we're going to slide up to 5. And then what we're going to do is you can either use your pick or you can use your fingers to then pluck the 5th fret of the D string. Notice that I say pluck rather than pick. That's really what we're going to do if we're using our fingers for this. Okay, so if you're going to pluck with your finger, I'm using my middle finger and I go underneath the string and pluck it up. If you use your pick, it will sound like this. What I recommend you do is just practice on this very first movement, because the others are pretty much the same, just in a different place. Really make sure you get that slide nice and tight. You want to get all the way to the edge of the fret, not halfway, because it just sounds a little bit off. So once we do that once, we then move to the 2nd fret of the A string, and we're going to do exactly the same again. We're going to pick it and slide to the 3rd fret of the A, and once again, and this time we're going to be plucking the 5th fret of the G string. We only do this once, and then we're going to move up now to the 2nd fret low E. We're going to slide to the 3rd fret low E and then pluck the 5th fret on the D. Again, we just do it once, so all of these movements we just do once. And then the very last one that we do is we move our finger down onto the A string and we pick the 3rd fret A, slide up to the 5th fret, and then we pluck the 7th fret on the G. So altogether, these movements sound like this. Once more. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did enjoy this lesson, click the like button, click subscribe and then the bell. That way you'll be notified each week when I upload a guitar lesson.